What's going on, guys? Today I'm here to give you my review on Modern ISO Plus. Now, I usually don't drink a lot of protein shakes. I usually save them for days when I need a little bit of extra protein, or if I can't get in a meal and I need something to kind of fill the void, give me something healthy, give me some amino acids, help me recover faster, whatever it may be. I try to get most of my protein through animal sources. Beef, chicken, eggs, milk, cheese, all that good stuff. Anyways, when I do need a protein shake or I need to make one for myself, I want to make sure I'm getting the highest quality stuff. And that's why I love Modern ISO Plus. So let's go ahead, see how it mixes, and then I'll let you know how it tastes. I got 12 ounces of water in the shaker cup right here with a little bit of ice in there, crushed ice. So the serving size is actually 1 scoop, and that gives you a grand total of 20 grams of protein, and it's isolate protein. So in case you're unfamiliar with the different types of protein powders, or whey protein powders, whey isolate is an isolated version of whey concentrate. Do 1 scoop there. What that means is they take out the lactose and a lot of the fat and the other stuff so that the protein is easier to digest and absorb by the body. You get a higher amino acid profile, specifically leucine. So let's go ahead and we'll shake it up real quickly. Nice little shake there. Ooh, I like to shake it up. Alright, I open up the top a little bit, let the air out if there's anything from shaking. I do that with everything I shake up. So we're going to let that sit for a second, and then I'll let you know how it tastes. Now, isolate proteins are really good at absorbing in the body fast, so it's good to use them, post-workout if you can't eat chicken, beef, whatever it is. Great replacement, for breakfast. If you're on the go and you don't have something like a healthy option, you can just mix up a shake, throw it in a blender. I personally do the shaker cup because it's just so much faster and so much easier. You can even mix it with coffee if you want to. It depends upon the flavor. Modern ISO comes in a lot of different flavors. The one I've got here is this watermelon ice pop. And one of the reasons why I choose Modern ISO Plus is because I know it's high quality. I know it's coming from a good manufacturing source. I know the raw material, the isolate protein, is high quality as well. Unfortunately, there's a lot of protein powder out there where that's not the case. I don't know if you've ever heard of amino spiking, but a lot of companies, what they were doing to inflate their amino acid profiles, or the amount of protein they had, quote, that the test came up with per serving, were adding amino acids to it, because amino acids are cheaper than getting, a whey concentrate or a whey isolate protein powder, specifically a lot cheaper than a whey isolate. So these companies, what they were doing is they'd only have like 2 or 4 grams of protein, and then they just throw in a bunch of leucine, basically branched chain amino acids. Even creatine can give you a false nitrogen positive. And they would do that, and then the label, they'd say you're getting 20 grams of protein when in fact you weren't. You were only getting like 4 grams of protein. The good thing about Modern Sports Nutrition is that I trust them. I know the owners. I know the manufacturing. I know the chain. I know the raw material supply. I know everything. So I know, and I can stand by this as a high quality, awesome protein product. So I have no doubt in my mind that what's on the label is what you're actually getting. And one way you can tell this is if a company sells their products overseas, because a lot of countries, specifically in the EU, have more stringent requirements for their supplements. So if a product and a company like Modern Sports Nutrition is selling their stuff overseas, and you know that it has to match the label and is high quality. Now, nothing against the other brands out there. There's a ton of different brands that have protein powders, but honestly, I don't know where it's coming from. And even if you do get a COA, a certificate of authenticity for the protein powder, that's not going to stop some of these manufacturers from putting other stuff like creams and even amino acids into their products. That's the problem. So not only do you need to make sure that, number one, you have a good source, raw material source, which these guys do, but you also have to have a manufacturer that you can trust, FDA approved model facility, GMP tested, which means they test their batches and what comes out, all the practices are good manufacturing practices. So they clean their machines in between product runs. You're not getting cross-contamination, which is really important for people with allergies. A lot of times that can happen in places, and you just don't know. Again, I know and I trust these guys. And I'm not going to take a product and use it myself unless I know the whole entire process, who's manufacturing it, where it's coming from. I've worked for major companies, sports brand, nutrition companies. I've also worked for manufacturers and worked with manufacturers. So I know the ins and outs, and unfortunately I've seen some shady stuff, and I've heard about a lot of shady stuff that goes down with the manufacturers. I also have heard about a lot of shady stuff that goes down with the raw material suppliers. In other words, yeah, you may be getting herb or supplement or whatever it is, ingredient XYZ, but it could be contaminated from the source. And I know a lot of these sources, they will give you fake COAs. And unfortunately, the only way you can really know what's in your product is to have it tested, or get it from a reliable manufacturer that is FDA approved, because they're not going to chance messing up that approval. Because the second they do, the FDA comes in there, they take samples of all the products, they test them, you name it. Every batch of a product that is made, the manufacturer is required to keep a bottle or two on hand for a certain period of time. And the reason why they do this, the good ones anyways, is so that if there is an issue, then the FDA comes in, or whoever comes in, they can test it and see what was in that product and what was specifically in that bottle. I hope you're keeping up with it, with what I've been telling you, but unfortunately a lot of people don't know about this, and they don't know about the shadiness that goes on in the sports supplement industry. Anyways, I trust these guys. I know you're getting a good product. I know everything on the label is there. You name it. I'll do some other articles and some other stuff on the benefits, pros and cons of taking protein powder, and if it's right for you. Again, I use it as a supplement, which means I supplement my diet. So if I can't get a protein source or amino acid source in my diet that day, maybe I got lazy and didn't meal prep, or I worked out harder than expected and I didn't have enough protein for that day, I can jump to something like this and I can ingest it and feel better, help improve my recovery, and get what my body needs. I do a lot of intuitive nutrition, which means I listen to what my body's telling me. If I feel full, I don't eat. If I wake up hungry, then I know that I'll drink some water first to make sure that I'm not thirsty or dehydrated. And then I can kind of assess with my energy how I feel, and from what I've done for the week prior to that, if I need some extra calories that day. So that's what I mean by intuitive nutrition or intuitive eating. All right, so as we've been talking here, as you can see, look at that. Mixes up almost crystal clear, no floaters. It's got a nice color, natural color, watermelon, so you know you're getting a watermelon refreshing drink. The foam's gone down, so we know it's great quality. Let's find out how it tastes. And I'm not mixing it again. It's already mixed. Like, you don't have to keep shaking it. That's another big sign that you can tell that this is an actual true isolate protein. Because a lot of times if you have proteins that aren't true isolates, you'll have to keep mixing it up as you drink it. And I'm not saying that other protein types are bad. I'm just saying that the isolate protein is the most efficient way to get the amino acids you need for enhanced recovery. Okay, so let's try it out. Wow, that tastes awesome. And another way that I can tell that it's an isolate protein is it has an isolate protein aftertaste. If you don't know what I'm referring to, if you ever back in the day had the Isopure RTDs, ready to drinks, phenomenal. Fruit flavored, they were awesome. Kind of expensive because you're paying, at the time, $4.50 for 40 grams of protein, which is crazy. But they had a specific isolate aftertaste. And I will tell you right now, I've tried a lot of isolate proteins or proteins that claim to be isolate, and they don't have this isolate aftertaste. So I know that this is 100% isolate protein. Refreshing. I love the watermelon flavor. Check out their website. I'll put some more stuff, the link in the bio. My buddy Joe, who works for them, I believe he has a discount code that I'll leave in the description and give out to you guys if you want to try it out. They make another product as well, modern branched chain amino acids, which product's been around for a while, and it's definitely, in my opinion, I think it's one of the best branched chains out there by far. I'll be doing another review on that product as well coming up in the future. You can check it out. Definitely, I'm sold on this. This is one of the best tasting proteins, especially fruit flavor. I mean, it is hard to do a good fruit flavored protein, and this thing tastes awesome. Man, I love it. Refreshing too, especially with some crushed ice in there. Again, here's the modern. That's what it looks like, ISO Plus. Thanks again, guys. Hope you liked the video, and if you do, leave some comments if you want. Feel free to like the video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, the Healthy Aging Report website, healthyagingreport.com. Got a bunch of awesome information, blog posts about healthy aging, law of attraction, all of that awesome stuff. Thanks again for checking us out. Until next time. Man, this is good. This is really good. I'm gonna finish it right now. Man, this is some good quality protein, and it tastes awesome. Thanks again, guys.